Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to be explaining how to increase your power level in Saved World Since this was one that I got in the comments because apparently one of my subscribers say they're stuck at power level 122. So I'm going to go step by step on how to increase your power level and the different ways that can affect or differ your power level from going up. So for starters, we're going to start off with your research. Now research, I would say it's really mm, it's how do I say, it is important because this also boosts your power level as well. I believe for each time you no, not max it out, but if I remember correctly, since mine is already maxed out, each time you upgrade it to a different level, it boosts your power by like 1 or 2 levels up, if I'm right. And this also affects your gameplay, such as you can see, health, weapon damage, shield and shield regeneration rate, and ability damage, trap damage, and healing rate, etc. and so forth. Now, before I start off how to do so, I'm gonna show you guys my stats really quick. These are all the stats that I have, only because of half of it came from my research since it's already maxed out. But the rest of these is just really gonna be depending off of the survivors at this point. Once you max out your research, it's all about survivors from then on. As you can see, when it says right there, the higher your power, the better you are in combat slot survivors, and spend research points to increase your power. Party up with others temporarily to boost your power even further. So it even says right there on the side too. So for survivors, a lot of people ask me sometimes too in games like, what do my survivor squads look like? Well, this is what they look like. All mythic leads and they all match. But here's the trick. Uh, I'm gonna show you something. Normally I don't like doing this because, you know, I have to organize all of it later. Oh man, I'm really not gonna enjoy this. Okay, so as you can see, even with my research maxed out, the highest I would get with no survivors would just be power level 50. But with survivors, obviously, I'm power level 141. With survivors, that is. Now, some people always ask me, oh, well, why don't you just use autofill? Well, see, if I turn on autofill, it probably, let's see how far it takes me. So you see, it does take me to the same level, but sometimes I wouldn't say it's not the best choice to do, only because it matches up with survivors that are the highest level. Sometimes then it kind of mixes up your survivors that you don't want. Now, me personally, I don't like autofill, only because I prefer to organize my own stuff. Because if you guys can see all the highlighted stuff, like the ones in the yellow numbers on the side, those are your how do they call them, the personality matches or bonuses, for example. So as you can see, I have range damage bonus and trap durability. Now those are really important because that can really affect your gameplay. And some people always say, oh no, it doesn't, this and that. In reality, it does, because let me see if I can show you again. So obviously I have 8% trap durability, right? So if I go to one of my traps, if it's, hopefully it does let me and it doesn't show the wrong number, I have 34 durability, but if I was to go in game, it would probably be like 43 if I'm right, because that's what it is. So where's my survivors? So if I take them off, now let's go back to my trap. Well, it doesn't affect it in my schematic, but what about my backpack? Yeah, I guess I would have to go in game to find out about that. But yeah, so the way how you would want to do is just set up your own survivors, find the ones that match your mythic lead or just the leaders in general, because it will help a lot to boost it even higher. Let's say if you hold on, let me just do this. I'm gonna show you a perfect example of what I see people do. Now what I see some people do is that, oh, they put the highest levels together, like the maxed out ones, and let's say, I don't know, something like that, let's say. So obviously that's really, if you put it like that, like the guy in red right here, he will activate your bonus, which can be a good thing because, you know, you have more trap durability and more uses out of your trap basically. And but of course he brings down the, not brings it down, but it just makes it harder for you to upgrade your level to even higher. And there's that. So now if I go back to my stats, obviously, you know, it's very different now. My trap durability is only out 100%, which is really low. Some people think, well, if it's at 100, you know, it's max. Well, that's not the case. Sorry for coughing a lot. I'm just really sick. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and another question that a lot of people ask me too is that, what if I can't get, you know, the survivors that I want, or like if there's a certain rarity? Well, just go to your collection book, because sometimes people just accidentally slot them by accident. Like right here, these are all the survivors that maybe you have in your collection book somewhere. You know, just trying to find the one that matches, but also at the same time, look for one that not only matches personality, but matches the bonus. And a way you can tell from that is if I go right here. So obviously, oh my god, take that off. Oh no, I don't wanna. Okay, there we go. So my mythic lead has a competitive personality and match with the doctor. So try to find the ones that have the same matching symbol as personality. So for example, like this one right here, her personality is competitive, but also her bonus is range damage. For range damage bonuses, if you want to do more damage on your weapons like assault rifle, snipers, mythics, etc., you need 3 of them that match in order for you to activate the bonus. And of course something like this too for trap durability, for people who want to run endurance or they need more durability on their champs and so forth. So always look for the ones that match your mythic lead or your legendary lead, depending what you have. The legendary lead would look like something like this. You know, the ones with the crowns on them are leads. Same thing for mythic leads as well. Always make sure you have the ones that are matching to it no matter what, along with bonuses as well, to help you in game, because it can affect your gameplay. Actually, let me show you an example. Oh, well, you see, perfect example. I can't even access anything in Twine Peaks. That's with no survivor squads. Just upgraded max. Um, what is it? The research. I can't even access Twine Peaks. The lowest I can go is Kenny Valley. So yeah. Oh my, what the heck? Dang. Even this is locked for me, that's crazy. Oh my god, I have to do this. There we go, okay. So yeah. That's all I really have to say about survivors wise and upgrading your power level, but if you guys are also wanting to, or actually, what was it? Oh yeah, there's another question I got from in game 2 is, oh, how do I get survivors? There like a better way to get them, like by chance or anything like that? Another way you can get them too is either from legendary llamas like this right here. Like me, I got a legendary troll stash llama. You get a mythic, what is it, a pragmatic? Am I right? Let me see. Oh yeah, curious personality and pragmatic. But always make sure to what department that they match to. As you can see, this one's a pragmatic lead, but she goes into the explore area. And he has the personality of curious, but he has a leader match of a doctor, which would be your, what is it? Your EMT squad is the doctors. Fire Team Alpha is like the offense. Gadgeteers are for people that, you know, they just like tinkering with stuff and such. And then Corps of Engineering just upgrades your tech even further. Even says right there, slot survivors into Corps of Engineering to increase tech and power. Power tech increases trap ability and gadget damage and healing done by 1% per point. Training team increases fortitude and power. Fortitude increases health by 1% per point. Close assault squad meaning increases your offense and power offense, increase ranged weapons and melee weapons. And I believe you guys know the rest already. So yeah, that's how what you would want to do to increase your power level is just to, you know, go into missions like, for example, like this, fight the storm, you get a legendary survivor today. It could be most likely the survivor that you need for your squad, or you don't. But if you're a low level stuck at a 122, maybe you guys have some purple survivors here and there, I would probably highly suggest to do this mission just to have a legendary in there, because legendaries are basically, they boost you a little bit higher, but then they might not match at the same time. So there's always that possibility too. But if it's the survivor that you get and it matches within one of your squads, then go for it, you know? Upgrade them, everything you need, whatever you need to do. And make sure that for low power levels out there, do not use autofill. I mean, it's just my personal choice, only because autofill, what it does is just puts the higher level survivors first and then the lower ones in, you know, last, basically. Kind of mixing it all up all over the place, thinking that it's really the best, but I prefer to organize my own stuff because at least I know what I'm doing and what I want in my survivor squad. So for example, like that, bam, I got a chapter ability bonus. Let me see. So that's about the end of the video. Oh, and these are all supercharged survivors, and just these are all supercharged. It brings me up to power level 61, basically 11 power levels higher. This is a fully maxed out Survivor Squad. If it was not maxed out, I would say the highest it would bring was maybe to a 58 or a 59 at least. At least the very minimum. Because this does take little by little, but as long as they match and you use superchargers to boost them, your power level will go even higher. And it'll go slightly a little faster as you're progressing to upgrade them, as long as they match. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.